The United States has been attacked. According to plan, the citizens of Middlebury have occupied the town public shelter. This is shelter number 126.
Yes, she's here. The place is filling up fast. I'll let you know as soon as he gets here. I'll have him call. Otherwise, I'll call back in 15 minutes. Right? Okay. Wait. Hold up. Gary. Well. Gary. Gary.
It's me. I'm not in charge. Forget it.
Gary!
Yes, Bates speaking. Bill Floyd.
He didn't make it.
Hold on. Well, who's got the figures?
Kamsky. Kamsky!
Yeah, wait a minute. Here you go. Yeah, 55 total. No, that's not bad. We do have some infants. And our manager didn't make it. That's right. Bill Floyd. Well, I guess I'll have to take over for now anyway. But I've been out of touch lately. Well, must be some other member of the team who's better qualified? No? Well, all right. Yes. Yes, okay. Well, it looks like I'm it. For now, anyway.
No one else here has the training you have.
That was a while ago. I've been away while you've been setting up here.
We set up by the book. You shouldn't have any problem.
Back. The temperature's getting worse. It's going up another 4 degrees.
This is Gil Thompson, Gary. He's our health and sanitation leader.
Am I glad you're here?
Sure, I remember.
Temperature's 79 and still rising.
Is radioactive chief here? Alan?
Yeah.
Alan, what's the reading?
Control group reports that fallout's reached the western part of the city.
I'll have to ask you to double as my assistant until we can recruit another deputy to help out.
Fine.
Let's keep this door closed. And how about getting a meal started?
Summers.
Pete, nobody gets in or out of this door without my permission. If you have any trouble, call me or call Gil Thompson.
About the food, Gary. Except for a few cots and blankets, some tables and chairs, communications equipment, a few other things, we only stock government items. As far as food's concerned, that means survival biscuits and water.
So special foods?
Nothing.
Who's the other deputy?
Alice Barber.
Alice Barber! Didn't I understand we have several infants?
And convalescents, too.
How many times have I asked them to appropriate more funds?
Middlebury appropriated supplementary funds.
Yeah, but a little late. Attention, please. And please, everybody, may I have your attention? I'm Gary Bates. As you may know, our shelter manager, Mr. Floyd, is not with us. You may remember, some of you, I'm one of Mr. Floyd's deputies. I've been away for a while. Alice Barber here is another deputy. She'll help you ladies. As Alice has told you already, we're going to make this shelter as safe and as comfortable as we can so that we can survive the attack, but we will have problems. One is to get food for the babies. Now, there should be fresh or canned milk in the cafeteria upstairs. We're expecting fallout any minute. But we should be able to go and get that milk if we do it now. We need men to help. We're calling for volunteers to form a team. If you want to help, step forward.
Thank you. Do you know the plan? No, sir, I don't. Do you?
Yeah? Good.
Alan, do you have a monitor?
Right. David?
Okay, Gil, these men with radar will be a team. Have them check out the cafeteria and get them back here in 20 minutes.
Right. It should be about 1:15, huh?
Right. Good.
Make it good, mate.
Can your teams carry on while you bring me up to date?
Yes, we can, sir.
Good. Now, we've made good use of the operations plan. Now we have to set up a daily schedule. We have an idea of what we need by now, so we should be able to plan a schedule that's practical. I want to make a written record of jobs that will show exactly what is expected of us and when. We'll start with feeding. Who's in charge?
I am. Jack Summers. We're pretty well set. We're just not sure yet how to serve the food. We're trying the idea of using waiters instead of serving cafeteria style. We've improvised serving trays. It seems to present some advantages, that is, and also it'll give some of the kids something to do. And we're passing out the cups and having each person mark his own for identification. As yet, we don't have any place to store the cups safely, but we'll think of something. Now, we're going to ration for 900 calories per day until we know just how long we'll be down here. We've had all of our food personnel checked for good health by the doctor. Water seems okay. As a matter of fact, we don't seem to have any big problems. We only have to decide how to serve the food.
Use waiters. Cafeteria serving means a lot of people moving around, raises temperature and humidity. And service adds something to a meal.
Right.
Now, how about health and sanitation?
That's me, Gary. Well, first we've taken our inventories. I gave them to Eunice. Excuse me, Perry. And we've set up the health and medical supplies over here. Have you collected the diapers and baby things the mothers brought in? Oh, yeah. Good. We should have enough for about 2 weeks. Now, we've got a doctor and a nurse setting up 2 areas. The first area will be our nursery, and the nurse will instruct the mothers in the care of their children. Second area over here is for the convalescents who will need some privacy. Luckily, we have only 1 pregnancy and no contagious diseases. Of course, the doc will help us with any sickness or accidents that might come up. Looks good. Now, over here, Gary. We're setting up a commode in the furnace room. How's it going, boys? Pretty good. If we're lucky, we may even be able to draw warm water from the furnace system. If not, we'll have to make do with a hand cream. I've made out a schedule of the routine daily functions, such as, we've got sick call, training classes, inspections, and so forth.
Oh, very good. Have the doctor push medical self-help in his training sessions. It may take the load off him later on.
Good idea.
Oh, and Gil, he should post hygiene and sanitation rules on the bulletin board.
Right.
Eunice, later we'll schedule shelter activities so that the convalescents and infants can get their daytime sleep. For now, schedule sanitation inspection at 8:30, sick call at 9, and training classes from, say, 10 to 10:30. Oh, Gil, is it all right with you if we schedule sanitation inspection 3 times a day?
Okay, that's fine. We have one at 8:30, let's say 2 in the afternoon and 7 in the evening.
Fine. Okay, now, who's the head of bunking?
That's my department, Bill James. I've made a sketch here, Mr. Bates. Shows you our thinking.
Oh, cots are well spaced from the headquarters area and furnace room. Plenty of room for chairs and movement. Sick bays are away from traffic over here in the corners. Looks good.
There's a problem, though. We're short about 21 cots and there are only 10 blankets. It may get cooler when we stop moving around. I guess they hope this would happen in the pleasant months.
Well, a few of us will have to sleep short hours each night so that everyone gets his rest. Plan a schedule to rotate the sleepers fairly.
Right.
Any ideas for blankets?
Yeah, I saw some rolls of heavy paper in the corridor when we came in. It makes good covers in a pinch.
That's a good idea, Mr. Bates.
Okay, when Radioactive gets back, have him check out the corridor.
Right.
And get some of that paper in here before it's too late.
Done.
We'll post the hours in the sleeping schedule just as soon as you can get a vote on what they prefer.
Right.
Anything from Control Center on the fallout?
Not yet.
Okay, Phil, how about information and training?
We're in operation, Mr. Bates. I've talked over our information program with the parents here in the shelter, and with our city school teacher, and with Pastor Stewart from United Church. The pastor is going to give short religious talks every evening. We're going for high standards in our shelter. We believe they'll be important now and afterwards when we get outside. We're organizing group discussions, and we're planning talks on shelter living, personal problems, and how to get along with each other. Now, here's our shelter schedule for information and training. Ready, Eunice?
Ready.
News summary and briefing, 9:30 a.m. Children's story hour, 10 a.m. Question and answer period, gripes, 11 a.m. Special activities, 2 p.m. Hey, it's the boys with the milk.
Oh, it's a milk bin. Hey.
Yeah, read it.
Hey, we got enough milk for a hospital full of babies. Send some. And we didn't forget
Your attention, please. Your attention, please. This is your civil defense announcer. Fallout has reached the city. Very incomplete reports indicate that radiation levels are moderately high. We don't know when the peak will be reached. It is simply a matter of waiting until we can undertake further measures. You can help by remaining inside your shelter and helping those around you.
Okay, everybody, you've heard the announcement, so please stay in the shelter. And speaking of helping people, I think we should thank the crew that found the milk for the children.
Right, let's have a hand for the boys.
And that brings me to supper. As you probably know, the government provides a good, well-balanced ration of biscuits. Now, we're not going to pretend that this is a diet fit for kings, but it is more than adequate for our survival. The important question now is, when do we eat? As a suggestion, how about 5:30?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, it's 5:10 now. We'll start serving. Pastor Stewart will say grace as soon as we've all been served. Thank you.
And that's how Shelter 126, using its operations plan, got its initial operations going quickly with its deputy manager in charge. Getting its remaining operations underway was comparatively easy after that.
As a member of the information and training team, would you say that this is the best time of day for children's recreation?
Yes, this is a good time. It leaves my mornings free to help the doctor as a member of health and sanitation.
Fine, thank you. I'm working out our daily schedule. What's the best time for the safety team to make fire inspections?
Mornings, I'd say. To check up what's happened at night.
Let's say 8:30 then? How about 2:30 in the afternoon for fire drill?
That's all right. How realistic do you think fire drill ought to be?
Well, we better hold off till we can check with the doc to see how the old folks will take it.
Good idea.
Hey,
So we'll move
nice
them
going,
in.
Dick. That ought to help.
We hope so. How's everything else coming along?
Fine. We're setting up work schedules for the various teams.
What hour have you put down for maintenance?
24 hours a day.
You got the picture.
Nice job.
Attention, please. This is your civil defense announcer. Radioactive fallout has been moderate in the area, but it is dangerous. No one is to leave his shelter. To do so may result in death. Stay in your shelters. We are making every effort to find out if there will be any further accumulation of fallout. Details will be given to you as soon as possible.
The reading is only about 0.4 in the shelter.
I'm glad we're in here.
Excuse us, but we heard the announcement. Does that mean that we can leave the shelter soon?
No. Fallout is moderate, but it can still be deadly. We'll have to wait some time for it to decay to tolerable levels. We'll keep you informed.
It's begun already.
After several hours, what'll it be like later on?
Well, don't they realize how dangerous it is out there?
The thing we've got to do is make it more livable in here.
And we'll do it. We'll use training, recreation, useful work, and special activities to make shelter life more acceptable for them. And here's how we'll do it. Eunice, have you transferred the notes to the master schedule?
Yes.
Good. We'll post this schedule on the bulletin board. This will show them that we're prepared to protect their health, feed them, make the shelter safe, train them in shelter living, and prepare them for the future. In other words, that this is a going, operating shelter.